is where the tension comes in, right? Where this is, some of you will listen to this and think that I'm like throwing shit at people on the internet. I'm not. I think they're all incredible. Like they're all awesome. But is that the future that we want? Is that the future that we're working towards? Choirs that are segregated. It's not the future that I want. And in which case we think about like, okay, is that the future we want? If not, then what are we doing as we move forward to bring everyone together in a way that I believe the immersion choirs did as a contrast, right? So I look at those immersion choirs, and basically for those of you who are not there or are not Americans or, you know, wherever, people could choose to participate in a choir where they spent the entire time there at the convention going periodically to a rehearsal for music, that to be immersed in music that is not of their culture. And then they got to perform that music at the end, led by an expert in that cultural music. To me, I was going, oh my goodness, this is it. This is how music becomes inclusive, right? Because I looked up at for example, the African diaspora and the music of the Black tradition. They had an immersion choir, and it was like a good, half or more were white folks up there doing that. And they were, I would argue, authentically performing. Okay. Why? Because they did the work to immerse themselves in a culture that was not their own. And that was a fantastic performance. I caught the second half of the Indigenous Peoples chorus, which was also same concept, just fantastic. And people were so appreciative and so heartfelt. I thought that was incredible. The Insight Choirs concept was also incredible, like a victory for inclusion. Bringing in schools that, because of the infrastructure of their school, might not have ever been included in a national convention in the past. Okay, that's a big deal because, yes, like I'm super privileged to teach in a school district that supports music, that has feeder programs, and that kids take voice lessons and do all these things. Like it's awesome for my kids that we have that. I don't feel bad about that. I don't lose sleep because my kids have those things. But at the same time, we have to recognize that because of the luck of birth and where we're born into a zip code, we might not have those opportunities, and it's not something we chose. So how do we figure out a way to get those kids who don't have those opportunities